This week we got Mayuri for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and this comes as a little bit of surprise unless you've been keeping up with the anime. Last time they did Grimmjow and we saw him in the anime, and now they're doing Mayuri and we saw him in the anime. So is there a chance that we see Shutsui next week? There is a good chance of that, but if y'all didn't know, man, we actually know that we're going to Jump Festa, man. So in some of these maybe future videos, I'm going to be asking y'all what characters y'all want me to see me do some gameplay of. So if you want to see Mayuri, make sure to put his name down in the comments, and if somebody puts his name down there, like that comment up so I can know that y'all actually want to see Mayuri, man. But today's anime question is going to be, what is your favorite ability from Mayuri after we get through looking at this trailer of the character, man? But we're going to go ahead and just hop straight into this damn trailer. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at this, man. So let's go ahead and look at this trailer, man. So as you know, man, we're going to look at it and then we'll come back and we'll break things down after, man. See what we got, man. I see Josie, captain of Squad 12. He is a very proud warrior.
Would you keep silent?
That's a nice model. Ooh, poison gauge. Of course. Okay, we've seen this map before. Ooh, that is very slow moving. Ooh, that's annoying.
Get going.
Oh, he summons her. Ooh, that is so nice that they made it that big. Oh, it just stands in the background? Oh, that's nice. So it looks like they're a pair character. Okay, so we'll go back and break this down. Okay, so when we look at this and break it down, it says that Mayuri Kurotsuchi has a strong ability to restrict opponents' actions from a medium range and then slowly hunt the opponent down. And we definitely could see this with some of his moveset. It definitely seems like he's a character that he wears you down as the battle goes on. His other description says Captain of Squad 12. He's a very proud warrior who possesses an insatiable and inquisitive mind. He uses poison to wear down his enemies and control their movement across the battlefield. And one thing I didn't mention because I was watching it during the trailer, we also see that Uryu has a different outfit. So I don't think this is a completely different Uryu. I think this is just maybe it's a different outfit you can put on him, and this is the outfit when he was wearing when he was actually fighting Mayuri. So, you know, it's actually kind of ironic that, you know, they have them playing each other. I think, you know, they might do this with future trailers where they have maybe characters fighting each other that actually fought in the anime. They kind of missed out, you know, not having some of the Espada fighting Nell in her trailer, but they actually did land this one with Uryu and Mayuri. So we look at his abilities. The first thing we see that Mayuri has a different gauge, which is a poison gauge. So this is another character. We saw this with Grimmjow, we also saw it with Hitsugaya, and now we see it with Mayuri. When some skills hit, poison gauge accumulates and decreases over time. This gauge will be consumed when attacking with Mayuri's Zanbakuto and give additional damage. So this is exactly what I was expecting with him to have some type of poison effect, and we can actually see that there's multiple ways that you can actually accumulate this poison on people. His first signature move is going to be Toxic Bubbles. Mayuri releases slow-moving toxic bubbles that cause accumulating poison damage when they hit an opponent. If the signature move button is pressed before the toxic bubbles hits the opponent, the bubbles explode and spread a poison mist over the wide area. And we can actually see both activations in this match. We see the bubble actually get to Uryu and then it pops in his poison, and then we also see Mayuri pop it earlier. But one thing we also see, whenever the bubble is actually in close range, Uryu is able to shoot one of his arrows through the bubble. But we see whenever it's actually shot from a farther range, the bubble blocks the projectile. So I'm kind of curious how, you know, strong this bubble is going to be, and if it's going to pop very easily from projectiles, or if this is basically going to kind of be like a moving shield. And we also see that these bubbles move very slow, so that means typically people think that things moving slow on the field is not going to be a good thing, but this is going to be a great thing because this is going to allow Mayuri to basically control the battlefield, and especially if he can spam out multiple of these. We don't know, since we know that signature moves seem like they come free, but there might be a chance that there might be some type of other meter for signature moves. But if he can just spam this, he's very much going to be able to control the battlefield with his poison. And the spiritual pressure move 2 is going to be the move You Idiot, and he basically sends out Nemu as she charges forward and restrains the opponent, then causes damage with a powerful kick. So it says the opponent can still guard when restrained, but the guard gauge depletion of the quick is very high. And like I said, we've already been saying this in multiple videos, guard depletion is very important because if you get guard broken, this automatically sets you up for a soul destruction move. So you're probably going to want to dodge or get out of this, and we actually see him use this move in the trailer. Nemu goes in and we can actually see her attack. You don't get to see Uryu actually block the attack, but one thing we did get to see from this, a lot of people have been, you know, thinking that flash step is going to be a universal mechanic, and we actually do see Mayuri use a flash step to close in on Uryu to actually follow up after Nemu does this. So we know for sure that at least Mayuri is going to be able to do some type of flash step. And when we look at the awakening, I was very curious how they were going to do the awakening, because Mayuri, his Bankai, it changes, but his Bankai can kind of move on its own. So I was very curious how they were going to do this, and I like how they actually just have it just sitting in the background and he just gets a buff. By releasing Bankai Konjiki Ashijizo, opponents will accumulate poison even when attacks do not hit. The speed of the poison accumulation will increase over time. And we can actually see him use a different move whenever he's in this form. We see him do like a stabbing into the ground, and we see the poison accumulating, and then we see him finish off with a strong slash. I'm curious if this might just be a spiritual pressure move 1. Maybe they just gave him something simple where he's just doing like, you know, a powerful slash. We've seen this on quite a few characters, which I'm not too upset about this, especially considering how unique his other 2 moves are. After seeing this, Mayuri is definitely looking like he's going to be one of my mains that I at least want to try, especially with the poison. We all know how broken poison characters are in these games, but let's go ahead and look at this trailer again and break it down. Alright, man, so we're back here looking at this trailer one more time. Let's see what we got, man. Ashigojizo, man. I feel like he has one of the hardest to pronounce Bankais, or just, you know, Zanpakutos, man. I always have trouble pronouncing his sword, man. I love the character design of him, though. I love the model. Another good model, man. They've been doing really good with some of these models. Alright, so we see his basic auto combo to start off, which is, after this, we see the poison gauge. You know, it says the poison accumulates. And then we're going to see a little bit of his auto combo, which doesn't look like the same thing he does in the Bankai. We can see here, a lot of his slashes are low hitting slashes. He hits towards the ground. Here we see the bubbles. You can see this one makes it through, but the next one doesn't make it through the bubble, and then he pops it early. So this is very interesting how this can activate. We also see that Uryu wasn't stunned from it. And we can see here Nemu comes in. Oh, he is actually blocking, and then that's when Mayuri comes and follows up. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Then we can see, of course, you know, the same move that we see all the time for the reversal. So I mentioned the poison. Maybe the poison doesn't always stagger you, which, you know, maybe it just applies the effect, which I think is pretty, you know, pretty cool. I mean, it makes it, you know, a little bit of balance where it's not going to be too overpowered. Now we can see him popping the Bankai. Ashigojizo. And we see him, this is what I mean, he's stabbing the ground, and then he's going to finish off with a powerful slash to finish off Uryu. And then we get, of course, the little cutscene showing things. And we get the final shot of Mayuri, which, you know, looks pretty cool, man. Looks pretty good for Mayuri, and we can see that's his probably soul destruction move, what he uses to finish the battle. But those are all the things with Mayuri. Okay, so now we're here at the website. You know, we check on these characters from the past week every time we come here, and you know, some of y'all were saying that y'all saw that his move was Zero, so we're gonna check that out right now and also look at his, y'all know, his gauge to see what his stuff is. So this is a character who aims for one-hit reversal with high attack power obtained by accumulating impulse. We saw that last week. Although the reach of his attacks is short and he may have difficulty moving around in normal conditions, he can exert explosive fighting power by accumulating the impulse gauge and entering an eradication state and constantly bringing the battle to his advantage. The impulse gauge increases by receiving damage and can also accumulate with unique techniques. So it seems like Grinjao is going to be a character that very much can turn the tide out of nowhere. And we'll be checking out this stuff for Mayuri next week after the next trailer. So what is some of his stronger things? So he has some pretty good power. Looks like his speed is, you know, not too bad, not too bad. And then it also seems like he's pretty good on what is his toughness. Oh, so he has good defense. So even though he takes damage, his toughness is pretty good. So he's gonna have some good defense. That's a good thing. And I don't think, what does people say? Oh, so we saw the Kill Them All. We saw the Awakening. We saw this one. So it gotta be this one. Takes a big step forward and scratches the enemy. And if it hits, follow up with a hollow flash. When in annihilation state, the battle of the scratch will effect of breaking. Ooh, that's an instant guard break. Ooh. That's interesting. So when in annihilation state, the base of the scratch will affect the breaking guard. Or it looks like it will it does say the effect of breaking your guard. Yeah, that's a little powerful, man. That means he's gonna be able to set you up immediately for a soul destruction move if you don't dodge out of the way of that. It says it's easy to use, it's 3 stars, but you know, I mean, of course, if you have an automatic guard break. And I think this is just some of the stuff that we already saw. But that's all the details that we got from the characters, you know, so far from this trailer. So we got some things from Mayuri, and we also got to see some things about Grinjao. But like I said, man, we should for sure be going to Jump Festa. So my Mayuri's main band, some of y'all somebody just comment Mayuri's name down there, and if y'all want to see some gameplay of Mayuri from Jump Festa, if he's in the demo, because this does, you know, depend on who's in the demo, like that comment up, and I'll know that y'all are actually interested in seeing Mayuri. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and I will see y'all in the trailer next week, man. We out.